Morning guys, and welcome to this training 20. We have got a strength session today. We're focused on the plank. So we're doing some different planks. You may have done some of them before, some of you probably won't have. But bring it into a warm up first. We're going to sit back into that child's pose, driving our chest down, stretch out the shoulders. And we roll it forwards into a cobra. And then up into a downward dog. And then we're going to reverse it. So we're going to go back now into that cobra and back into that child's pose. We're going to do that all again. Let's get nice and warm for this workout. We've got 6 exercises, two sets of 3. Bring it into a strider stretch. I'm going to take up that inside arm and then reach through. Onto the other side. So I said you didn't need any equipment for this one. You don't. But the first exercise I'm going to do without equipment first, and if you have something at hand, then you can do it for the second and third rounds. But generally, yeah, this is all body weight. We're going to tuck in those hips, hip flexor reach, stretching out this side primarily. And over the other side. Cool, nice. Let's get straight into it. So we have got a plank pass through first. So quite a common exercise with a plank. We're going to do it on the hands. All we're looking for here is a pretend pass through. So all you're going to do is take a hand up, touch, touch, and back. So hand goes, opposite hand goes underneath. You reach as far as you can and touch. Then you reach as far as you can this way and touch. And then you put your hand back. That's our plank pass through. I'll show you from the front on. So I'm here, hand comes under, touch, goes wide, touch, and back. We're going to alternate sides and go 6 on each side here. So join in with me now, 6 on each side. So reach, touch, touch, and back. Touch, touch, back. 6 on each side. 2, 3, 4. Don't lose your plank when you're reaching, so don't reach too far. But you want to reach as far as you can whilst maintaining that plank to make the core have to work harder to keep balance. One more time on each side for me. And rest. Our next one is a plank saw. So down on the forearms here, what we're going to do is walk the feet backwards and walk the feet back in. Now how far you walk back and forth is completely up to your ability to maintain the plank. You can do it on your knees as well. So you can be on your knees here, walk back, and then walk it back in. Main thing is keeping in that plank position. Don't go too far that you start to arch the back or not. Keep the core engaged and doing most of the work. We're going to go 6 back and forth. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep it nice and low. 5, 6. Cool. So next we're into a Spider-Man plank again. Quite a common one. We're going back onto the forearms. We're bringing the knee up to the side, but the foot doesn't touch the floor at any point. So it comes up to the side, controlled, foot hovers up, then over to the other side. Again, you can do this on the knees, like so. So to choose your difficulty, we're going 6 on each side here. When you're ready, off you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool, so there are our first 3. We're going to go back to that plank pass through. Now you can use a cushion, you can use a trainer. This time, it doesn't really matter too much. If you've got weights, then that will make more of a difference, because obviously it's going to be, the heavier it is, the more difficult to control that weight whilst holding that plank. But sometimes just using something light can help with the idea of it. So stick with that level 1 that we did, where you just tap, tap and back. But if you want to use something like a cushion, you can use whatever you want. And if you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell, then you can use that too. Just make sure you maintain your form. And I'll show you that in the third set. But here we go, back to here, 6 on each side. So like the tap, you tap, tap and back. Or you just obviously just grab this trainer, put it as far away as you can, while still being in range of the other arm. 2s. 3s. 4s. 5s. 6s. There we go. So that's if you want to use that, if it makes it easy for you. Plank saw next. Really focus on keeping the bum down here. 6 back and forth. Here we go. So the bum doesn't come up at all, and we're not going too low, so we're arching the back either. Keep that rounded plank position. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're back to those Spider-Man planks, keeping those knees off. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go. So have a little breather there. We're going to one more round of these 3, and then we're going to move on to our second 3. Like I said, if you have a weight, then you can use something. Don't get too heavy. It's a really effective exercise with a weight, this one. So if you're able to, then you can do so. Otherwise, just keep it with the taps or with something like a cushion or a shoe. But here we go, 6 on each side. Through and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move that out of the way. We're going into plank saw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then finally into that Spider-Man plank. 1, 2, 3, have a little breather there. We've got another 3 coming up. So this first one's could be a tricky one. We've got a 1-arm plank with a knee in. Now, first of all, you're going to struggle with this one. Don't do a 1-arm plank, just use both arms. And what it will look like, you'll be here, you'll be lifting off the foot, core controlled, bring it in and back out. Like so. We go 8 knees in like that, nice control, don't rush through any of these exercises. So, 1 arm is all you're going to do is take an arm up like so, and you put in that same position here. So what you've got here is whatever arm you're choosing, you've got the opposite leg as a stabilizer, so you've got to find that balance. See here, and then this holds onto the shoulder as that knee comes in, keeping the shoulders level. Very tricky one. So like I said, put both hands down if you're struggling. But with that said, we'll go 8 on each side here. So off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can see I'm a bit wobbly with the 1 arm. It is very difficult. We'll do your best to maintain that balance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool, nice. Next one is a pendulum plank. So you need a bit of room here. If you don't have that room, and just go as far as you can manage, what you're going to do, you're going to be on the forearms, you're going to walk your feet to one way. I recommend 2 steps, it's up to you how big those steps are. Then walk it back round all the way to the other way. So it looks like this. So you go 1, 2, and my forearms have stayed facing position if I was just in that normal plank. And I walk it back, 1, 2, 2 the other way, and back. Now if you don't have as much space as I have, then just don't go as far with the feet, okay? But we're going 5 each way. So 5, 5, okay? So here we go. 1, and that's 1. And shuffling, keeping those elbows exactly where they are. So it means you're doing a big rotation with the torso. 2. 3. 4. And last 1. 5. Cool. So a lot of movement here. That's why we warm that up at the start. So quite tough on the core, plus you're holding the core for a long time. Holding plank for a long time there. So our third one is plank glute lifts. So all you're doing here is I recommend being on your forearms, even though you can do it on your hands. Nice little plank. Just lifting off just enough to not round the back, so to not arch the back, but just enough to feel that glute switch on. We're going 8 on each side here. So, like so, okay? So bring yourself in, 8 on each side, off you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 3. The first 2 are quite tough, a bit different, but have a little breather. We're going to go back into those 1-arm plank knees in. So I'll show you front ways on this time. Obviously, like I said, both arms down if you're struggling. But here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down into those pendulums, 5 each way. That's 1. That's 2. 3. 4. And 5. And then we're down for those plank glute lifts again. 8 on each side here. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool, little rest there before we hit this final set. So planks are really good, just so you know, core exercise, but holding them in one position for minutes or hours on end, not a fan of. You can make it funner, you make it more interesting, you can work the core more as long as you maintain that position. Spend nowhere near as long as in that position, but doing some much better exercises. So here we go. Final round. 1 arm planks, off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Swap it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pendulums, these ones are long. Here we go, 5 on each. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Final glute lift plank, and then we'll hit stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool, nice. Have a little rest there. I've got a bit of a sweat on. I'm going to go into a cobra stretch. Arch that back, loosen off that back and core. Try and control your breathing. Take it into a child's pose. Onto all fours, we'll go for a reach through. And swap sides. Swap it back. And back again. Taking some core twists. And finally, open up those shoulders. Cool, there we go. Strength planks. Hope you enjoyed that one. Let me know how it went. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. I believe we've got another Animove workout. So I'll see you then.